As we move through our schooling years, we find teachers that we can laugh with or laugh at. Teachers that we don't get along so well with. Teachers brilliant enough to help me understand what x is if y is the derivative of the second largest prime number that's divisible by 6. I don't know. And once in a while, we find a teacher that treats his profession as though it were his own education at stake. We find that perfect teacher that we will carry with us for the rest of our lives. For those of you who are unaware, this is Mr. Baker's final year at Siena, as he will be leaving to teach at St. Teresa's College in Noosaville. And we, the seniors of 2006, have been honoured to be the last Year 12 cohort that he will coordinate at this school. When I was first asked to do the farewell thank you speech from Mr. Baker, for the most well-loved teacher in the school, I was a little nervous to say the least. How could I possibly make a speech that would do him justice? How could I put into words the way many people felt about him? And as I sat at awards night and heard Arnica Hume describe Mr. Height as the heart of the school, the one that keeps us going, I thought back to my own speech and wondered what body part Mr. Baker would be. Nothing sus. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't pinpoint what part he would be. He could be the brains because of his intelligence, our conscience because of his morals, our legs because of his enthusiasm that kept us going, kept us standing even when we were exhausted. He could be our sense of humour because of his quick wit. But he is not only one body part. He is the goodness within everything. He is everything good we see in ourselves and in others. He is everything we aspire to be. When I first started at Siena, I was often told by teachers if I ever had a question too hard, take it to the highest source. Take it to Mr. Baker. I often wondered who this mysterious, balding man was that was always wearing the Queensland State of Origin jersey. After 4 years of being left in the dark as to the brilliance of Mr. Baker, I joined his Year 12 Modern History class with high expectations. He met and exceeded these expectations in the very first lesson. He was exuberant, funny, serious. He was Mr. Baker. For the remainder of the year, I began to look more and more forward to modern history, as did everyone, because somehow he made school enjoyable. He could stand at the front of the classroom and talk about the thing I found most boring, and I would still listen intently. And for that, we all thank him. I often hear comments on the intelligence of Mr. Baker, like, if I were ever on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, he'd be my phone a friend. Or, I really do think he's the smartest person in the world. But Mr. Baker has brought so much more to this cohort than simple intelligence. He's brought laughter and friendship to those who needed it most, and enthusiasm in times of desperate need of it. But he has brought something more. William Arthur Ward, a famous author and teacher, once said, "The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires." Mr. Baker, you have inspired each member of this Year 12 grade and any other student that has been granted the privilege of being in your class. You have helped give us the best future we could hope for. Many fun times were had between this cohort and Mr. Baker. We will always remember him attempting to dance at formal. We will always remember the fun times at retreat, his humour, the talks in Ironbark, even if it were the times he wasn't so happy with us. We will always remember the day after State of Origin, silent after a loss and ready to rumble after a win. And we will always remember you, Mr. Baker. You have been our guiding light through our final year at school, and I dare say that no one could have done it better. We all thank you so much for everything that you have brought to each and every part of our schooling lives. Thank you. Siena and the seniors of 2006 will miss you dearly. And please remember that you will never truly be replaced, and you will certainly never be forgotten. Goodbye and good luck in the future, Mr. Baker. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Look, I gave Jonesy VHA, that's probably the reason why he ran like he did, so. Seriously, I don't know what to say to something like that. I have really enjoyed my time here. This is the fourth lot of seniors that I've seen through from grade 11 to grade 12. And it really is a remarkable thing. There's times when you really think you should be doing something else, when it gets in the thick of things, but by the end you see such growth and it's such an uplifting experience and you wouldn't trade it for anything, and the seniors of 2006 have been fantastic and I thank them for it as well. Thank you. Let's move on. Senior is a very special place and we all feel